Hello everybody and welcome back to Citizen Sleeper. We are struggling a little bit. We're fading and we've got a ship mind. We talked to a vending machine. There's a bar. There's a lot going on and I don't have a lot of cryo. I really need to get some more. But to get started with that, we kind of have to go to sleep. So let's nap in the only place we have. There it is. I totally remember. I just need a little more money to be able to afford. Okay, we still got... Okay, that's good. We should definitely use this on money. First, let's see. Hunter nest. Oh, perfect. Let's bypass that. Extract data. Nice, we got hunter data. That was good. That was a good catch. Can I give that to the vending machine? Where's the... Oh, yeah. There we go. Neoven believes that hunters compulsively gather data might hold the key to escaping its tenacious search. Well, I've got one. We just gotta keep working on it. Nice. Alright. Now let's see where we can get money from. Fangs Bay. What do you want? Oh yeah, Ripper Worm. It's gonna take a few cycles, so we have to wait on that. We have the bar somewhere. Oh yeah, I should babysit. Oh, that's not babysitting. That's something way more stressful. Ooh, nice. Ankita needs all the help she can get with the Ambergus. Pockmarked with damage, the hull is a good place to start. Yeah, I should do that. It's risky. So let's see if I do this. Oh, it goes up, because I'm an engineer, right. Alright, let's do it then. Nice! It turns out years of retrofits have made Amber a fragile patient. Each repair is 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Ah, well, we're trying. Ship shape. Oh, okay, so if we screw up, we can actually absolutely destroy the ship. We definitely don't want to do that. What's going on here? Oh, right, it's this asshole. How much longer can this go on for? Ugh! Oh, Sabine! I forgot! 4 cycles, Sabine said, and here you are, right on time with no sign of them. You wait a while in the apartment, the dread descending as the cycle spins onward. They should be here. Check the terminal? You check and double the terminal for messages or recordings, nothing. Just the pale glow. The silence. Check the door? You pace back and forth around the apartment, the rumbling of the station suddenly so present and loud. You go to the door and open it to an empty corridor. You close it again. I can only wait. You try to settle down and wait. You sit there on the bunk and stare out at the tiny room. Where the hell are they? A knock at the door. I'm gonna stay still for a second. Another knock. Open it? Shit! Damn me and my red button pressing ways. A figure stands in the door and immediately you know it's not Sabine. They're taller, sharper, and something in their face glints in the half-light. A dark shape, like a sturdy baton, hangs loosely from her hand. Our local sleeper. Good to finally meet you. She steps into the apartment, glancing around with sharp eyes. What, may I ask, are you doing here? She fixes you with a steady, unwavering stare. Waiting for a friend! Of course, a mutual friend of ours, the good doctor. She walks past you into the apartment, glancing around. We set them up here, you know. This place is one of ours. She picks up a glass from the dispenser and inspects it. People always seem to forget who put them where they are. She glances at you. And I suppose you're here to help? Where are they? I was hoping you would be able to help with that. She spins the baton in her fingers by her side, her eyes not leaving yours. We have a problem, you and I. It seems our friend has disappeared, left without even saying goodbye, which means they're in a little trouble now. But it's a kind of trouble you need help for, so I thought I'd come down here and take a look at their little hidey hole. And here you are, the help. She looks through the detritus on the side. And what help? A sleeper, no less, which I have to admit is a little surprising. It suggests to me that our friend hasn't been very honest with you either. What do you mean? Well, I'm sorry to report that before we got them set up here, Sabine was working for your owners. She pauses. Essenarp. Oh. You blink hard at the news, unsure of how to take it. Rabia looks away, waiting for a response. Prove it. Happily. She crosses into the next room and you follow silently. She sits at the terminal and touches her baton to one of the access ports. A spark, then the terminal screen skips, encrypted folders emptying themselves before your eyes. In the flicker of files, you see Essenarp letterheads and codes form, reports laden with medical data marked with the corporate logo like at the sigil of some cult. Rabia steps away from the terminal. Look all you want. Some of your files may even be there. The volume of documents is overwhelming, but they seem to be mostly reports on early emulation tests, surveys with sleeper candidates, reams and reams of usage data. If Sabine was an Essenarp employee, why did they help you? Rabia reaches over and places a vial of stabilizer on the desk, breaking your concentration. It shimmers in the screen light, its vicious, clear liquid crystalline within the glass. We will, of course, keep up the supply. We're more than able to dispense important medicines, even without the doctor. You hold it between your fingers, and for a tiny moment you have the urge to crush this object, for the power it has over you. I'll ask Toshiro to make those a little cheaper for you. He'll be running the surgery now. Rabia closes up the briefcase lab and holds it on her side. We have to retrieve our assets, of course, but I'm sure you understand. Rabia turns on her way out. There is no reason for us to be enemies, Sleeper. Come see me. I have an office nearby. We have good work to do, you and I. Meet me there in a few cycles. She slips out silently into the corridor. You look around the apartment and feel the fear drain out of your body to reveal the tiredness beneath. Oh no! What is that? Sabine? No, I don't believe this. Sure, maybe they were working for Essenarp before, but if they were, why would they help me? They could have just turned me in. I mean, there's a bounty hunter here right now. There's no reason for them to have been, I don't know. They asked for our help. Out of everybody, they trusted us, and maybe they had no other choice, but they still trusted us. I don't think they're bad. Oh, I'm glad we have a few cycles to think about it, though. I don't know what I want to do with Rabia. They gave me stabilizer, though, so... And I really needed that. I'm gonna take that. How do I... I forgot how to take it. I'll worry about that in a second, hang on. I have an upgrade point. What do we want to mess with? Self-repair. Maybe we should get self-repair? Oh, I need 2. Okay, hang on. What can I upgrade? Reroll your dice once per cycle. Oh, that would be good. Hang on, let's try and work towards that. Maybe I should have grabbed something else. Too late now. Alright, we have got one more thing. Oh, we got the dispensary. It's only 80 now? Oh, that's really good. Alright, we may actually be able to get to the founders after all. Where is somewhere I can make money? I really need some money. The bar. Overlook bar. Okay, throw a shift or two your way. The pay isn't great, but tips can make all the difference. Good. Nice! As you start your shift, a crew of salvagers barge in. In the next few hours are a whirlwind of chatter and long pours. They tip well. Nice, just a few more cryo and we can get to the Founders Gap. It's 150. Okay, it's not a few more, but one more cycle ought to do it. And we have 3 more before we have to deal with this asshole again. We just need to try and get some work done. How the heck do I take this again? Oh, here it is. There we go. Give me that sweet, sweet stabilizer. Oh. Okay. We may now sleep. Oh, should I get some food? I probably should, huh? We want energy. Here, emphasis cheap. We'll buy from Memphis. We need to make money anyway. There we go. Alright. We need 50 cryo. We could probably do it next time if I just focus on that. So let's get some sleep. Whew. Oh, so many good rolls today! Talk about lucky! Alright, what can we do? Let me look around. We need 150, 150, 150. Okay, well, it's not food, but I do want to help Lemon Mina. So let's do that. There we go. Mina leads you on a winding tour of the block. Thank you, Mina. We're working on that too. Okay, Compressor Club, Ort Exchange. I need more money. I can't do anything here. The Haven Age offices. Is there anything to do here? No. Fangs Bay. One more cycle on that. Ah, let's help you again. This'll up it to be a full thing, 100% positive. Oh my goodness, why are you crying? With Ankita's help, you systematically isolate, repair, remove, and reseal the hull plates. Amber looks better and better by the hour. We're getting there. Alright, what else can we do? Anything here? No. I need ship mines. Ooh, we can do some tea room. Let's do this to get some money. Ooh, that's a good amount of cryo. You hit a stride in good games, amassing a solid stack of chits. In your final game, a decisive defeat. The other player applauds. Nice. Okay, what else have we got? Lemon Mina's unit. Do I get anything from this? No. I'm trying to focus on stuff that'll get me stuff. Arabia's office. Caster's table. Oh yeah, data fence. Are the old guards up to these days? I wonder. I have a ship mine for you if you'll indulge my curiosity. Oh yeah, you want 5. I don't have enough. What's going on here? Transit hub. Oh yeah, scale the spoke or enter the spoke. I could work on that, but I really want to get to the other side. So let's do some work at the bar. It's the only place I can really make money right now, because this is locked. I really need some upgrades. Alright, bar time. There we go, 144. So you start your shift, a crew of salvagers barge in, same thing as last time. And let me see. Is anything going on here yet? No, okay, it's an appointment. Oh, they're fancy like that. Well then I'll do the tea house again. It might be risky, but why not? Oh! You've heard the Yadigan Enforcer base here has been paying low-end residents for information on Haven Age movements. Tempting, but I don't think I'll do it. I don't know if I can trust them yet. Nice! Okay, we have enough cryo. And I'm gonna do it. Founder's Gap. Let's input that cash. There we go. A heavily tattooed spacer takes your chits and tells you to prepare. She'll be waiting at the edge for your arrival. Oh. Take the ferry across the Founder's Gap to the Greenway. I think we should wait and do that tomorrow, because we need rolls. Ooh, and I can use this. right here. You tuck the scrap into the shattered interior. It's hard to imagine this place as a home, but it can't be worse than a container. Okay, we only need 2 more. Alright, so we're gonna rest again. And then we have a lot of things to do tomorrow. We definitely have to make money. Hopefully we can find some over there. Sleep. Alright. I've had better rolls, but we might be able to use this for... Oh, Fang! As you arrive, Fang comes striding towards you, taking you by surprise. Let's go, Sleeper. He puts a hand on your shoulder and turns you back the way you came. I'm gonna follow his lead. He steps into the passageway, guiding you down ring towards the shipyard. Sorry for the hurry, but we have something of an opportunity. The data you ripped. Well done, by the way. He grins. Tells me Hadrian is making a rare inspection of the sidereal horizon this cycle. It's the perfect chance to confront him outside of that compound he hides in. Fang takes a sharp turn into a dimly lit side passage. Sidereal horizon? Still catching up? That's the massive colony ship being built out in the shipyard. Biggest commission Haven Age has ever had. Fang slows and slips into a dark service tunnel where, somewhere in the back, a water pipe drips. It's him, Sleeper. The same Hadrian Hurst. Our worm ripped out decades of records that mention him by name, an entire trail of documentation from the first days of the Solheim collapse until now. He rode out the whole thing, slipped into Haven Age when it first broke off from the Union. He paces in the tunnel, a hand rubbing at the back of his head. I need you to understand something about Solheim, Sleeper. I don't know what you know about the collapse, but it wasn't as instant as it sounds. It wasn't like Solheim was here, running the station one day and the next Erland's Union took power. Back then, Solheim knew this place was slipping away from them. As the palladium market collapsed, they tried to keep the contractors here working. The pay got smaller, the costs higher. People like my parents were forced to work non-stop just to keep a berth on the station and water in their tanks. Solheim squeezed every last worker until the mistakes, the accidents were coming in non-stop. And as new waves of contractors came in desperate for work, Solheim welcomed them, taking bribes instead of checking pilot licenses. The whole time Solheim was folding up, dragged into court cases in the central systems, while this severed limb of a station still desperately tried to take all it could. The riots came after a collision at Dock 2. A young pilot, his MEV overloaded with palladium, miscalculated his trajectory and took out a section of the ring. Hundreds died, thousands panicked. My parents told me people were terrified, and the blame fell squarely on Solheim. People like to tell stories about Erland, how he brought a faction together, spoke to the crowds, turfed out Solheim. Maybe that's true. But my mother, pregnant with me, locked herself in their MEV and welded it to the dock while my father joined the improvised crews trying to seal up ragged edges of the gap. He never came back. Fang pauses in the dark. They sealed it up, though, and by the time they did, Solheim was gone, abandoning every one of us to the black. Apart. Fang finally turns back to you now, his eyes burning. From shits like Hardin, shits who held their place, rode it out, and slipped into the new structure, like nothing had changed, standing shoulder to shoulder with those they had exploited at every step. Fang starts walking again. That's why I can't just let him strut about the shipyard. This time, his past catches up with him. No, wait! Is it the dude who saved me? But he's so old! Oh no. How is he still alive? Clearly you don't know much about executives. That kind of power comes from certain benefits. Fang rejoins the main passageway, which is now wide and glass-roofed. Through the ceiling, you can see the ships in mid-construction, their flanks lit by flashes of plasma torches. The entrance to the shipyard is ahead. This is crazy! Fang turns to you. Don't come then. I won't force you. You stand across from each other in the corridor. What is it then, Sleeper? You coming or not? I can't let you do this alone, man. I'm coming. Fang grins. Let's go show this shithead some consequences. He strides to the shipyard entrance and pushes through the doors. A web of corridors lead through the complex snatches of the construction bays, always appearing through windows. Ships are suspended like whale corpses, skeletal, imposing. Fang seems to know exactly where he's going, and before long you cross into a huge dry dock locked into one side of the sidereal horizon. A network of platforms and scaffolding cling to the ship's hull. Filled with workers and equipment, the sound is stretched out by the vast space so that the welding, cutting, and sealing seems to come from everywhere at once. Both you and Fang spot them at the same time, a group walking slowly across the gantry, and at the front of them, two men, one gesturing towards the ship, and the other stick-thin, cleanly dressed with a shock of gray hair. Hardin. You and Fang say his name in unison, and Fang sets off up the staircase to the gantry with you following behind. As you come up to the same level, the group is passing closer, the foreman gesturing to the work being done throughout the dock, and Hardin nodding along. Hardin Hurst! Fang shouts across the noise, taking you by surprise. His voice bounces and comes back in a rippling echo. The figures turn. Yes, Hardin asks quizzically, raising an eyebrow. He glances in between you and Fang, and you see his gaze linger on your body, unsure of why a sleeper might be in this place. You're a traitor, Hardin, a Solheim executive who tried to hide here among its victims. Fang's voice is steady, strong. You stand for everything the Eye was rebuilt in the shadow of, against everything Ireland stood for, everything Haven Age stands for. You have no place on this station. For a moment, stillness descends in the group, as if everyone was held in place by the rattle of construction. Hardin laughs. Well, good to meet you too. He glances at those around him, some smiling, others are nervous. You're from the system branch, are you not? Asks Hardin, inspecting Fang's clothing. Fang turns to the foreman. You need to call your security. This man is a corporate agent. The foreman glances between Fang and Hardin, his hands drumming at his side. Hardin leans towards him and says something inaudible. The foreman nods. It's true! As you begin speaking, Hardin turns his attention to you. And what would a sleeper know about that? You accuse me of being a corporate agent. What are you if you're not exactly that? He looks around at the group, who are already eyeing you with suspicion. You are a product of SNARP. You have no place in a Haven Age shipyard. Who knows what signals you're sending back to your makers? Oh no! A murmur of approval runs through the group. Fang holds up a stick of memory. You guessed right. I am systems, and I have records that link you directly to Solheim right here. He turns to the foreman again. So once again, I'm asking you to take this man into custody of the shipyard. The foreman remains still. Hardin's voice is calm, measured. If you have such data, why hasn't it been submitted at a members' meeting for a proper review? He shakes his head. I have nothing to hide, unlike a man who does not announce his name, who enters my shipyard with corporate property in tow, and tries to turn my own men against me. You hear it now, the echoing sounds of boots on walkways, coming from all angles at once, and then settling behind you. Oh no, this was a mistake! Please, Hardin says, submit the data through the correct channels, then we can talk. For now, however, you must leave. He gestures behind you to the security detail, their hands on boxy black sidearms at their sides. Fang spits. Hardin, you shithead! You can't wriggle out of this one! A security officer draws their weapon and levels it. Fang turns and stares him down. Calm Fang down! You look at Fang, he shakes his head and puts his hand on your shoulder. Let's go, says Fang, and he pushes through security, heading back down the walkway. Once security has walked you out of the shipyard and nudged you back into the corridor, Fang picks up pace. You try to keep up as he slips into the shadows of an entrance. Fang is grinning ear to ear. You know, Sleeper, sometimes people are exactly who you'd expect to be. Something pings in his pocket, and he takes it out. On the slate of a web of connections starts drawing itself out, stretching to a set point around the ring. Got him, mutters Fang. What is that? That, Sleeper, is something our worm added to Hardin's personal slate. We're tracking his outgoing messages. Ooh, you got him! Fang's grin looks ghostly in the uplight of his screen. The old ways are best. Spook them good enough, and they'll give the game away. He jabs at the slate, and you see the web was being drawn over a map of the ring, lines bouncing from point to point. All these dots, these are Hardin's buddies, and the one he's messaging right now, and we're going to find them all. That was on purpose? Of course. Hardin isn't working alone. We need the full set or nothing. Fang glances around and slips the slate into his back pocket. We better split for now, Sleeper, but this is exactly what we needed. Good hunting. With a pat on your shoulder, Fang drifts away, back into the flow of people around the shipyard entrance. You watch him go, unsure of whether to be angry or impressed. Interesting. What else should I upgrade? Okay, Sunbathe allows you to recover energy, chance to recover energy after any engage action. Why don't I go with this one? Alright, That was crazy. I thought we were gonna die, but it turns out it was all a trick. So, what else can we do? Oh yeah, I guess I should talk to you guys. As you approach the address Rabia gave you, a heavy hand falls on your shoulder. What's your business here? The enforcer grips your shoulder, giving a hint of the strength her implants give her. As you turn, you see the same subsidiary eyes as Rabia and Toshiro, glinting like mirrors on her cheeks. Gia, please, the sleeper is here at my invitation. At Rabia's command, the hand immediately loosens, and an apologetic look replaces the scowl on Gia's face. Of course, Rabia. I'm sorry. Rabia waves her away. Don't worry. I appreciate your protective instincts. She smiles at the enforcer. How about you head to the tambour? They have a delivery coming and they'll need some help with the lifting. Gia nods and walks away. So, Sleeper, you came. I'm glad. I was curious. Curious is good. She smiles a tight smile. You have to understand, finding you there in Sabine's unit, I wasn't sure where we stood. There are more than a few people on this station who would rather I was dead. I had to be sure you weren't one of them. I'm not gonna say not yet, although that is what I'm really thinking. I wish you no harm. I have no beef with you right now. I'm glad. Rabia begins walking and gestures for you to walk with her. She takes you down a staircase into the bustling walkways of the low end. What do you know about the Yadigan? You run the low end? She laughs. That sounds impressive. We run out of the low end, yes. We don't run it. People with carts push past, moving crates of supplies around the thin and winding passages. Our reputation is one that implies a threat. Is that fair to say? We're framed as aggressors, parasites, criminals. She gestures around at the people in the passageway. But when was the last time you saw a lawmaker on the Eye? A policeman? Who makes the laws here? No one? It seems like nobody's doing much of anything. This is true. The Eye is lawless, so it's up to us to make it work for us. But I don't imagine you think that's a good thing. If you had spent your time in the low end, maybe your opinion of us would be different. This is our place, our people. The low end was empty in Erland's time. They didn't need to house thousands, and keeping the yards and the rotunda safe was work enough. No, the low end was reclaimed later, when the refugees started arriving. Rabia meets your eye. The collapse didn't just happen here, on this station. When Solheim collapsed, the entire system felt it. Colonies were abandoned. The moons of Ember and Cinder suddenly gained independence overnight. Some took advantage, some tried to hold it together, some fled. The Eye became a refuge, and Erland, to his credit, extended an open hand to everyone, but many within his organization disagreed, and those new arrivals weren't as simple to corral as they hoped. Rabia leads you through a small market hall, busy with small stalls and traders. Erland's union was made of workers, administrators, people who were malleable and already organized into hierarchies and networks. The refugees came from different factions and families, were scarred, injured, desperate. Conflict was inevitable. Yadigan is a child of that conflict, a child born of the need for us to stand up and claim our future, to provide security, strength. People call us a gang, but we are a community. I take my position as lieutenant seriously, and from my birth I have worked to earn it. Rabia catches herself before she raises her voice any further, and you both walk in silence for a while. Among the smells and textures of the low end, you start to wonder if this place could be a home for you too. Oh no, I'm not gonna ask about Sabine right now. I don't want to get them involved in this. I don't know if they'll be happy that I'm getting involved in this. Where do I come into this? Rabia smiles to herself and thinks for a moment before she responds. I believe that you understand the importance of a refuge. So I also believe you wish to help keep this place safe. She exhales quietly. For this reason, I would like you to trust me. I do not know what Sabine told you about us, but I imagine it was not good. I'll be honest with you, Sleeper. I was never comfortable with having Sabine as part of Yadigan. An ex-corporate employee, it goes against our nature. But their deal was with Yannick. I kept my distance, made sure Sabine had their surgery, kept it supplied, that was all. But I cannot allow people to go back on promises they've made to us. Yadigan has not lasted this long because it is a charity. We offer and ask for support. Any betrayal will be treated as an attack. I don't want to say anything about Sabine because I'm worried anything I say will get them in trouble. Who is Yannick? Yannick is one of the heads of Yadigan. They guide us. He's the newest to be elected. He's an elder. I know what I just said, but I'm gonna say it. Sabine found something. Please, I don't want to hear their accusations. They only want to escape their debt. They would have said anything. But where are they now to stand behind their claims? I don't know. You realize that Rabia has led you in a loop, and together you come back up a staircase to the walkway where you met. You're free to go, Sleeper. I've said what I wish to say. She looks out through the windows of the walkway. I would protect this place with my life, as it has protected me. I want to make that clear. She turns back. However, if you too wish to come under its protection, I can help you. Return here if you wish, and there will be tasks for you to complete. You will be able to see Yadigan, to see the low end with your own eyes, not as others frame us. As for Sabine, she pauses to consider her words. I will not ask you to betray them, but if they contact you again, consider their motivations carefully. With that, Rabia leaves, slipping back into her office while you stare at the countless units, each a home, each with a story, that make up the low end. Well, now I'm really conflicted. It's hard to decide. I don't know. Because I didn't know that Sabine was an ex-corporate, but I don't know much about the Yadigan either. I kind of feel caught in the middle. I guess we can work on this, too. But I don't know if I trust them right now. I don't even know if I trust Sabine right now. Alright, but before anything else, let's go over the Founder's Ferry. See what we can see. Ooh! As you step out into the passageway, someone barrels into you from behind, sending you stumbling down the corridor. Oh, hello! You turn to see an unfamiliar spacer, laden with heavy gear. She steadies herself, staring you down, as if daring you to respond. Excuse me? She squints at you, shaking her head before setting off down the corridor. I'm sorry for her. And second spacer smiles at you apologetically. She's on a mission, and when she's on a mission, they shrug. Not a problem. They smile. You're sweet. You're cute. I like your hair. Oh god, I'm doing it again. Peek. As she stands further... Esh stands further down the corridor, glowering at her friend. She chops at the air, pointing down the corridor to whatever end she's rushing to. Peek raises their eyebrow at you. Esh, please. Do you want everyone on this station to hate us? Esh hardens. They want to hate us, they can hate us. She drops her hip. I'm not exactly seeing much love as it is. We're lucky we got through before they set up that damn cordon. Cordon? Peek gestures in your direction. See? They don't even know what you're talking about. This station isn't Hawthorne. Not everyone has to follow some corporate protocol. Esh sighs. I'm not saying they're a part of the administration. She jerks her head in your direction. But I'm saying we need to get these supplies to the Briar before someone starts asking questions. Can I help? Peek smiles slyly. See, Esh? Help. Isn't that exactly what we need right now? Peek. Esh rolls her eyes. Peek ignores her. We are with the refugees, the one Haven Age had cordoned off from entering the station. Esh interrupts. The ones that are being quarantined in makeshift vessels that barely made it to the Eye to begin with. The ones that your station administrators have called an existential risk and are running out of supplies while their right to safety is being debated by people with no stake in their future. She quickly looks away, annoyed at her own outburst. Peek sighs. She's right. People are trapped out there and... They turn to Esh. We understand that this is a big problem for the Eye. Hundreds of refugees and more ships turning up each cycle. They hold up a hand to stop Esh interrupting. But... Esh turns away, her burning anger a palpable force in the close quarters of the corridor. They need supplies, and after everything they've been through, the quarantine isn't helping. Peek finishes. That's terrible. Esh looks back at you, her fierceness fading. Peek, please. Esh gathers herself in the supplies. Esh, we need help. Just like the refugees needed us. We need others too. They smile at her. Peek turns to you. Come find us. The climbing briar is docked at the Broken Spoke, past the Greenway in the wastes. We have a good view of the cordon, though we are keeping our distance for now. Come help us. They squeeze your hand. Esh turns to leave and Peek follows, waving goodbye. A moment later, Esh shouts back down the corridor. Don't bother coming empty-handed. You want to help us? Show us. Bring supplies or don't come at all. And with that, they disappear around the corner, Esh already picking up speed as Peek calls for her to slow down. A refugee flotilla? Where are they coming from, and why now? Every time you think you begin to understand this place, something changes. I haven't even used a single dice today! Whoa, look at this place! It's huge! Oh my god! Oh, this is the other end of the station. We made it! Okay, that's something else. Oh my god, there's so much. There is so much. I want to, oh my god, and I still haven't touched a single dice, and there's still so much I want to do. You know, I usually end at the end of a cycle, but considering that we're going to have to deal with a lot next time too, we're going to end it here for now. We'll explore the Greenway next time, see if we can get those mushrooms, see if we can help out the refugees. I also want to see if we can finish that ship and help Lem and Mina. There's so many things to do, and I can't wait to do more of it. But until then, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. Remember to take care of yourself, be careful who you trust, and have a good day.